Hello, my besties. How are you? Welcome to my DIY channel. If you are here for the first time, my name is Kathy. And if you like to become my bestie, all you have to do is just click that red subscribe button. And then we will be in touch and we will have so much fun here like real besties. In today's video, I'm bringing to you a fun wreath for the kids. Whether you have kids, grandkids, or you are young at heart, this wreath is gonna capture your heart, but not break your bank. It's made mostly out of Dollar Tree items. Would you like to see it? Oh, I have to be careful because tonight a little elf came over and sat on it already. I don't know if you heard of those little elves. They visit children every year. They change places overnight and you cannot touch them. So I'm being real careful. Look at that beauty. And have you heard of the Santa scams? They're not cheap, but this is a great budget-friendly option. Let me show you step-by-step instructions how to make this beauty. We are going to use mostly Dollar Tree items. 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees, 1 roll of Dollar Tree DECO mesh, 1 cute elf sign, and some color coordinating ribbons. I'm using what I have on hand. And we're gonna also need 2 zip ties. We are going to start off with fluffing up the Christmas trees. Remove the plastic ends and line one tree on top of the other, about halfway so, like this. You can actually use the pine tips to tie them together, or if you have zip ties, just use those in 2 spots. Just cut off the excess, fluff up the pine tips, and we got a nice, inexpensive base for our wreath. Look at that. Total cost of $2.50. You can't go wrong. Of course, we need to fill it up a little bit, and Dollar Tree DECO mesh will do. Just make a little poof at one end, about 6 inches. Tie it down by twist tying 2 pine tips. Start at the bottom and keep going up, and using pine tips to tie it down. Just attach them along the side of the swag, and you will make your poofs a little bit larger as you move up. And just let the needle length be your guide. You don't want to make them longer than the needles and stick out because you want to keep that teardrop shape. And here's look at one side. And we will continue moving up now. The poofs at the top are the longest because the needles are the longest. And also we want to make sure that we cover that metal rod. And as you can see, this DECO mesh is without cutting is not bad. Normally I don't like to use this cheap mesh from Dollar Tree. But here, no cutting, no fraying, it's good enough. And here I turned the corner, and now we will continue going down all the way down to the tip, and the poofs will get smaller as we go down. And it looks like my roll is ending, but it is enough to finish this off. If you like, you can add another roll if you want to make your wreath thicker, or you can double up the mesh. I know this will be enough for me because I have a large sign covering up this swag, as well as I have a lot of ribbons that I want to add here. The mesh gets curled up as it gets closer to the tube, but it's okay. This is just a backdrop for our wreath. And the ending, you fold up that last poof just like you did in the beginning, tie it down, and ta-da! We are done. Much thicker base now. Only $3.75 spent here. And now Santa scam. Amazon sells them for around $20. If you lucky, you find a sale. But we have a budget-friendly option from the Dollar Tree. You get one of those fake security cameras, add your 2 AA batteries, you get the flashing light and everything for just a fraction of the cost of the real thing. Let's put everything together now. First, the sign. I'm going to utilize that hole at the top, insert a wire there, and tie it down to the tree's pole. Actually, I'm going to attach the sign a little bit to the side, diagonally like that, because, you know, when the elf jumps on your wreath, it just knocks the sign over to the side a little bit, right? It's just more playful that way, and also we're going to have more room on the side for the camera. And the other end, I'm just going to use hot glue and attach the sign to the wreath that way. It's going to stay, it's not a heavy sign. And the camera, I'm also going to add hot glue on one end and attach it with the tip to the sign and over the wreath, just like that. That way it stays in place well, and I can glue it over there on the side with a pine tip as well. You can reinforce it with the pine tips around there. And now we need a nice big bow over there at the bottom, right? Let's measure a 12-inch tail, another 12 inches folded in half, that's 6-inch loop. Double it up, and we can cut the second tail a little bit shorter. This is going to be a whimsical bow. Tie it in the center with a pipe cleaner. Cut the fishtails, and we are going to tie another bow on top of it. We are going to keep one tail at the top, one longer tail at the bottom. Playful bow just like that. The second bow, again, we measure a 12-inch tail, and the loops, actually we can make them a little bit smaller, 11 inches folded in half. That's like a 5.5-inch loop. And again, we're gonna do 2 loops and cut the shorter tail, about 6 inches. And tie that bow on top of the first one. And you can spread out the ribbons so it's alternating. Cut the fishtail. Let's add one more bow on top of it. Cut the fishtail, and let's measure, let's look at this design. 10 inches this time, and 10 inches fold in half, 5-inch bow, and we're gonna cut a short tail. We don't need to make 2 of this one. I think it's a lot of white, so I'm just gonna add an accent of it. What do you think? I think it's fun enough. This is a very playful wreath, and you don't have to worry about any symmetry or perfection here. It's all fun. Just fluff it up and we are done here. And just move that pipe cleaner to the back, because that's how we are going to attach our bow to the wreath. And again, you can attach it on the side and make it a little bit crooked. You don't want to cover up too much of that cute sign. And you can always adjust the length of the ribbons if you need to. And now we need something smaller on the other end. So I have a 24-inch ribbon. I'm just gonna measure a 6-inch loop and hold it. Just like this, we can split the tails. Another piece, we're gonna just add the tails in the center. And one more. What do you think? Something like that. And we can tie it at the top. And I'm not even using a pipe cleaner because I have pine tips here. Just twist tie it here. And let's see how we can fluff it up, spread it out, and make it look like a cute little bow. And now I cut some more strips of ribbon 12 inches long, and I'm just going to attach them around the wreath, just to add some more color there. I'm looking for some pine tips if I can to twist tie these on. If not, I would add a pipe cleaner. This one looks too thin. I think I'm just gonna layer 2 ribbons here, one on top of the other, find a midpoint, pinch, and make like a V shape with these ribbons, and find now again 2 twist ties and fluff these up. And as you can see, it fills in nicer now. And we're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. I just need to cut one more strip of ribbon here. And now to add a little bit interest, I'm gonna cut apart some of these curly sprays. Had them last year in my Christmas tree topper. And I know Dollar Tree sells something similar, but I haven't seen these at my store. Let me know, maybe you found these. They're so cute and just add that whimsical touch to a wreath. I'm just gonna insert them in a few places around the wreath. All right, we are almost done. I'm just looking at my cam. Maybe it looks a little bit too plain. I do have a Cricut Joy. So I go to the design space. There's images available there when you type Santa's cam. All the graphics come up for you. And look, there's even an elf cam. So I decide to edit one of the existing pictures. I'm just gonna keep the wording because I don't need a picture of the camera, fire up my Cricut Joy, and print it on white vinyl. By the way, if you are looking for very basic DIYs, step-by-step detailed instructions, or thinking about getting Cricut machine, this is the video for you to see. So my decal is cut, and all I have to do now is transfer it on top of the camera. All right, gently remove the film, and ta-da! There you go. Look at that. We got an elf cam. And to decorate it further, I have some snowflake confetti. Actually used to have stickers, can't find them right now. So there's another option for you. If you don't have a cutting machine, you can use some cute little stickers and even letter stickers, right? That would work too. And doesn't take much at all to make it look like a real elf cam or Santa's cam for just a fraction of the cost. So I traveled with this wreath to my sister's house because this is for my nephews and niece. And I remember she had these elf legs. We used them in her tree last year. So definitely need to add little elf legs here. They're from the Dollar Tree. What we did last year to them, we added flower stems because those legs come flimsy. They don't stand up like that, right? So you put the flower stem inside, just poke through, and yeah, then you can add them to your wreath sticking out like that. One diagonally across from the other. You can even use the pine tips to tie them down, maybe reinforce with some hot glue. My sister has an elf Christmas tree, and there's some candy cane ribbon in there, among others. So I'm adding 2 little pieces of that as well, just to tie in the whole thing. The wreath will be hanging in the same room. And of course, the elfkin will be recording kids' every move and reporting back to the North Pole. And by the way, if you like to see step-by-step tutorial how I decorate an elf tree, you can look up this video in the description box below. I'll provide all the links for you, okay? Isn't that adorable? So cute, right? Let me know a child that would love to have a wreath like that in their home. Please type their name below. I would love to get to know your children, grandchildren, or special kids in your life, okay? Take care, my bestie. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Love you.